Would you expect to be killed while working at a local carnival? The significance was that in 2018, murders of Alfred and Pauline Carpenter happened in the Barton County area where I'm from. They also called it the Carnival Mafia. I remember hearing about this case a few years back. That's because that's where I'm from. That's the area I grew up in. It was like some of the biggest things ever. Like everyone was talking about it. Like, oh, did you hear this and that? Because from a young age, you're going to these carnivals and fairs, and you just don't expect it. But this is the people that this happened to: Alfred, Sonny Carpenter, 78, and Pauline Carpenter, 79. They were husband and wife. They were merchandise vendors from the Wichita, Kansas area, working at the Barton County Fair in Great Bend, Kansas. Killed at the fairgrounds. They were found in a forest. The camper was shot and was stolen and driven to the forest in Arkansas. The site I found this was False Canva I Manufacturer, Sparked, Kansas. Also API News. Now, who committed this crime? Kimberly Stacy Younger, who was convicted in 2021, and her accomplices, Rusty Frazier, Michael Fowler Jr., and Christine Tenney. They were all charged with the same crime. I found my sources on life in prison for Texas when convicted of capital murder to Kansas Carnival vendors, CBS News. They all three were charged with the same murders. They were convicted in 2021. Younger claims that she was a part of the Carnival Mafia, which they extorted drugs, weapons, and did heinous things. She used a fake identity and she manipulated others. So the story behind this is that apparently that this one guy that was working at the carnival wanted to be a part of the Carnival Mafia, and Stacy somehow convinced him to murder this elderly couple to do so. She made a whole fake messenger account. She was texting him on there as the boss of the Carnival Mafia, and he was just following orders. The Carpenters were also seen as very, very easy targets because of their age, and they were shot and stabbed many times. The site for this is Women Convicted of Capital Murder and Carnival Mafia, Leaks of Wichita Couple, KWCK 12 News. Here's what actually happened though. Younger distracted him while Fowler attacked him from behind, stabbing him and shooting him. While Pauline was asleep, she got shot, and their bodies in the camper, they were driven to Arkansas and buried in the forest. So the story behind this is one of the guys, the young female, Younger, she distracted the elderly couple, which was just Sonny. That's what his nickname was. And while she was talking to him, because an elderly couple and a woman, they were seen as harmless, the other guy that she was working with went behind him and tried to slit his throat. After failing to slit his throat and silencing him, he was then shot by the same guy. And then Pauline was unfortunately asleep and later shot. And like I mentioned once, they were dragged in their stolen camper, which they actually stole the camper and were stopped by a police because I believe their tags were expired. and somehow got away with it. They left, and then they were stopped again in Arkansas, and were later a part of the whole scheme of what happened, the murder, because their daughter had called in the police and was very worried of what had happened. But they were stolen, and they went to Arkansas. They buried their bodies in a forest in Arkansas. But the conclusion is that many people don't see the harm in the harmlessness per se. You know, you go to fairs, stores, and you just think they're harmless, but you know, anything can happen. Sadly, a double murder did happen here, and many people were sad about this. And I mean, this case shows how dangerous manipulation and false narratives can be, even in everyday places like local fairs and carnivals. Let's go. Secretary.
It's like 6 minutes.